Keep watching Celebrity Info News. Breaking news. Stewart, commentator. She was an American communications director who worked on 5 Republican presidential campaigns before joining CNN as a commentator. Stewart was an avid runner. She ran in the TCS New York City Marathon in November 2023 and the credit union Cherry Blossom 10-mile race in April 2024. Stewart was from Atlanta, Georgia. She graduated from Tucker High School and obtained journalism and political science degrees from the University of Georgia's Grady School of Journalism. Stewart began her career as a weekend anchor on the NBC Little Rock affiliate Clark television station. Stewart served as a communications director for the presidential campaign of former Minnesota Representative Michelle Bachmann and then former Senator Rick Santorum. She began working for Arkansas Governor and politician Mike Huckabee as communications director for his first presidential campaign. She worked for his second presidential campaign until she resigned in 2015. She was also a communications director for Texas Senator Ted Cruz's 2016 campaign. Stewart joined CNN in 2016 during the election. In 2019, she became a Harvard Fellow at the John F. Kennedy School of Government. She was born on March 11, 1966 in United States. She died on May 18, 2024. Cause of death not known. She died at the age of 58. Bud Anderson. He was an officer in the United States Air Force and a triple ace of World War II. During the war, he was the highest-scoring flying ace in his P-51 Mustang squadron. Toward the end of Anderson's 2 combat tours in Europe in 1944, he was promoted to major at 22, a young age even for a highly effective officer in wartime. Afterward, he became a test pilot in a fighter squadron and wing commander, serving a combat tour in the Vietnam War. Anderson retired as a full colonel in 1972, after which he worked in flight test management for McDonnell Douglas. A member of the National Aviation Hall of Fame, he continued to speak at aviation and military events well into his 90s. He received an honorary promotion to Brigadier General in 2022. He was born on January 13, 1922 in United States. He died on May 17, 2024. Cause of death, natural causes. He died at the age of 102. Roberta Marrero. She was a Spanish artist, singer, and actress. Marrero released 2 electropop albums and worked as a DJ at several Spanish clubs. She was born on the 2nd of March 1972 in Spain. She died on the 17th of May 2024. Cause of death, suicide. She died at the age of 52. Bruce Nordstrom. He was an American billionaire businessman and the chairman of the retailer Nordstrom, a company founded by his grandfather John W. Nordstrom. He ran the company from 1968 until 1995 and resumed his position as chairman in 2000 until 2006. He was a philanthropist in the Seattle community and appeared on the Forbes list of wealthiest people in 2012. Nordstrom was married to Jeannie, and they had 3 sons, Blake, who died on the 2nd of January 2019, Eric, and Peter, who were both in leadership positions at Nordstrom. He was the grandson of John W. Nordstrom, founder of Nordstrom Inc., which began as a shoe store in 1901. At the age of 9, Bruce Nordstrom began his career at the retailer, working the stockroom and sales floor of Nordstrom's downtown Seattle store, making 25 cents an hour. Bruce continued working under his father, Everett Nordstrom, and uncles, Elmer and Lloyd Nordstrom, until he pursued college. He was born on October 1, 1933 in United States. He died on May 18, 2024. Cause of death, natural causes. He died at the age of 90. John Koerner. He was an American guitarist, singer, and songwriter. He was best known as a guitarist and vocalist in the blues trio Koerner, Ray and Glover, with Dave Ray and Tony Glover. He also made albums as a solo performer and with Willie Murphy. Koerner grew up in Rochester, New York, and after a brief military service, attended the University of Minnesota. He intended to major in engineering, but soon became involved in the Minneapolis music scene, where he met Dave Ray and Tony Glover. They formed a loose-knit trio, releasing albums under the name Koerner Koerner, Ray, and Glover. The group gained notice with their first album, Blues, Rags, and Hollers, originally released by Audiophile in 1963 and re-released by Elektra Records later that year. Koerner recorded his first solo album, Spider Blues, for Elektra and appeared at the Newport Folk Festival accompanied by Glover. He continued playing on the folk circuit and joined with Willie Murphy to record Running, Jumping, Standing Still in 1969. The duo eventually split up, and Koerner pursued an unsuccessful career in filmmaking, retiring from music and moving to Copenhagen, Denmark. He later returned to music in the traditional folk genre and continued to perform and release new albums from time to time. He lived in Minneapolis and had 2 sons and a daughter. He was born on August 31, 1938 in United States. He died on May 18, 2024. Cause of death not known. He died at the age of 85. Mark Wells. He was an American professional ice hockey forward who was best known for being a member of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team. He was born on September 18, 1957 in United States. He died on May 18, 2024. Cause of death not known. He died at the age of 66. Tony O'Reilly. He was an Irish businessman and international rugby union player. He was known for his involvement in the Independent News and Media Group, which he led from 1973 to 2009, and as CEO and chairman of the H.J. Heinz Company. He was the leading shareholder of Waterford Wedgwood. As of the 26th of May 2014, O'Reilly was being pursued in the Irish courts for debts amounting to €22 million by AIB, following losses amounting to hundreds of millions of euros in his unsuccessful attempt to stop Dennis O'Brien from assuming control of independent news and media. He was born on the 7th of May 1936 in Irish. He died on the 18th of May 2024. Cause of death illness. He died at the age of 88.